and he enters the ring an undefeated fighter in 15 professional bouts, 11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Crawford.
Okay, gentlemen. Trunks are okay on both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. On the caution to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
And pleased to welcome you to TopRank.com on the undercard of the pay-per-view event coming up later on, the WBA Lightweight Championship. Brandon Rios can't win it, but Richard Abril can. And then you've got the WBO interim 140-pound title as Sergey Fedorchenko takes on Juan Manuel Marquez, and that should be a dandy of a fight. All right, right here, Terrence Crawford is the guy in the red trunks with the black and white trim, and Andres Georges is in the black and white. Georges is coming off a loss, a majority decision to Albert Mensah in Burbank, Illinois, and Crawford is coming off a win over Angel Rios in Atlantic City. You can see how aggressive he is, and Crawford is a big banger. He's 15-0 undefeated. He's got 11 knockouts, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot of him on Top Rank Boxing. Georges is 11-2 with 6 knockouts. He hails from Windsor in Canada. Talking about the guy in black now, he turned pro in June of '08, knocking out 6 of his first 7 opponents. But his last 3 fights have all been very close, split decisions or majority decisions. That's not going to happen against this guy. He's going to have to try and stop Georges and get real. Georges is going to have to get real aggressive. His last 6 fights have gone the distance, and he's 4-2 in those. His biggest win was in October of '10 when he won a unanimous decision over Leonardo Tyner for the NBA USA welterweight title in Auburn Hills, Michigan, outside of Detroit. But Terrence Crawford, the scouting report on him is a good one. He likes to start fast. He's a pressure fighter. He's showing that. He's got a big right hand, a really good left hook. All 11 of his KOs have been inside of 3 rounds with 6 first-round knockouts. They call him Gorgeous Georges, and he's a good-looking kid, a real good-looking kid. Terrence Crawford looks like a guy you'd be afraid to meet on a Saturday night someplace, but he's a great kid. Tough-looking kid. The Gorgeous one is already bruised to his left eye socket. Stiff jab. Sneaky right hand that time by Crawford. Big punchers, Crawford. He goes downstairs. He's very quick on his body. He gives you some side-to-side movement. Georges does a lot of feigning, but not enough throwing of punches. He's got to get inside, use that jab. He waltzes in the kill zone without throwing the jab. And he's got a very wide stance, which makes it very difficult for him to get power in his jab. You know, if he were driving off that back foot and stepping up into his jab, he'd be a lot better off. And because he's so wide, even his right hand looks awkward. So in spite of the fact he's had 6 knockouts in 11 fights, I would have to say they're against much less skilled fighters than himself. His left eye is real puffy and a big circle around it from the hands of Terrence Crawford. Brian McIntyre and Jackie Spikes. All right, here we go. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 8. Most people don't think it's going to go that distance. And it certainly won't go that distance unless Georges can change the way he's fighting. In other words, close up his stance. And now they've told me they switched it to a 6-round fight, and I appreciate that. So this is scheduled for 6, originally for 8. Timing is dictated on the undercard. We'll do 6 rounds, and we'll see if Gorgeous Georges can hang in there for 6. There's a lot of feigning and posing. He's such a good-looking guy, he'd be a poster boy for boxing if he was a little bit better fighter. But the rugged-looking guy, Crawford, is the guy that can fight. Crawford fighting as a southpaw. Going with that right hand. He'll switch back and forth. Trouble when he fights southpaw, I don't think he's got quite as much power. He's able to be hit more, and he misses his punches. So I'd rather see him just stay as an orthodox fighter. He says to me he switches by design, but he's a natural right-hander and should stay that way. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 6 rounds here in Las Vegas on the night of the big pay-per-view event. Remember, contact your pay-per-view provider if you want to see Brandon Rios and Richard Abril do battle. A lot of trash talking this week, and anytime that Juan Manuel Marquez is in a fight and he's taking on Sergey Fedchenko, who's got a 30-1 record, and that should be a nice fight too. And that's all on pay-per-view coming up. My partners Brian Kenny, Rich Marotta, and Raul El de Monte Marquez will present those fights for you. Hard stuff on the inside.
Come on, keep working. You gotta keep working, There you go.
Looping right hand by Georges. Georges just, he's got the long arms, but he has no power in his jab, and I mentioned why. And when we show you the wide shot, we'll show you exactly why. That this guy, can't get power with his jab because his legs are just way, way, way too wide. Now watch this when they separate, and this will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Watch how wide his, back to a tight shot again, but I wanted to show you just how wide those legs are. There we are. Now, if we stay right there, well, closing seconds now, see how wide the legs are? And so he has to reach and jab, so there's no power because he doesn't drive off the back foot. See that? Off the front foot. Great job of that camera, guys, getting that. Shows you exactly what I'm talking about. That's another Crawford round. It's almost like a slap, so he can't have power with his right hand.
Spike rush. Time to mix things up. Win, show me where to go. This is gonna be fun.
Now, in credit to him, in his 11 victories, he's got 6 knockouts, but they had to be against much lesser opponents than the ability of Terrence Crawford. Crawford not rushing for knockout. He's just doing a nice job here. And his 15 wins, he has 11 knockouts, and most of them have come early. But he's in just nail him again with that right hand. And that left thigh of Georges is going to become a problem for him if this thing goes the distance. Back fighting right-handed, nice uppercut in that series of punches for Crawford. I really like what I'm seeing in Crawford. Looping right hand that time on top of that puffiness. How you see Georges comes in and throws and he hangs up. That's good. It's all right. He showed a bit of hand speed there. Let's see what he does. Now he still drags that foot behind. Kenny Norton used to do that, but Ken was so big that he got away with it. And it caused fits for Muhammad Ali many, many years ago. But other than Norton, I can't remember anybody that was successful dragging the hind foot behind him. Norton had such extraordinary upper body strength, he could get away with it. Looping right hand that time by Georges. Kenny Bayless doing his usual great job in there as the third man in the ring. Double jabs, not getting through. He wants to land that powerful right hand, does Crawford. Met Crawford this weekend. Very, very nice fella.
Work out.
Both guys working hard on the inside. Georges might even get a little bit of a advantage on the inside with that series of punches. So, yeah, this kid's a tough kid. Long and lanky. From Windsor, Canada, just over the bridge from Detroit City, Michigan. Crawford very wide-eyed, seems to know what he's doing. He could use a little bit more movement and get better angles coming in. I like the way he bobs down, but I think a little more side-to-side movement, he'd be more successful with this tall kid, Georges. And with Georges is 6 feet, so Crawford is 4 inches taller. And it's very hard to fight a guy that has a reach advantage and also a height advantage, but he's done well. Hard shots on the inside. Boy, this has turned out to be a tough fight and a good fight right now. Crawford getting the better of Georges with 20 seconds to go in this, the 3rd round. Stiff jab, stiff jab. You know why that jab was getting through? Because look at the style he's fighting at the end. He was fighting as a southpaw. And that's why Georges' punches got through in that round, but it still wasn't enough. Crawford won the round. Lisa Giampa, Robert Hoyle, and Dave Moretti are the judges. 3 fine judges here in Las Vegas. In the corner now of the gorgeous one, Andre Georges. Watch these guys on the inside now. They're tied up. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, he caught him with a decent left hook. Actually, Georges got the best of him on the inside, I thought. That was a decent little bit for him, but that's about all he did in that round. Crawford doesn't really want to fight this great big guy with long arms on the inside. He wants to come in and get out and get his angles. He's been in and out and doing fine and throwing in the kill zone, but he's not getting great angles. And he fights a whole lot better when he fights right-handed than when he fights as a southpaw. He should stick to that. He's getting a little frustrated, and nice counter-punching now by Georges. Georges has hung in there. He's an awkward sort of guy, big, tall fella from Windsor, Canada. It looks like he should be playing hockey. He's got that nice hockey build. Actually, he's got a great build for a boxer, but fundamentally, he makes a lot of mistakes. Skipping now to his right. Crawford just walks him down and comes with his combination downstairs. It looks like that left eye might be cut. There might be a little slit over Georges' left eye now. Georges likes to throw that windmill shot. And he hasn't caught Crawford real hard with it because of the manner in which he throws it. When you throw that big windmill shot, it looks tremendous, but it doesn't have great power. There's one that spun the head with the right hand. And Crawford admired that and wanted to do it again. Instead, he comes down with a liver shot. That left eye of gorgeous Georges could be a problem before this is over. He's fortunate that it was cut to 6 rounds from the originally scheduled 8. Terrence Crawford in the red trunks has outboxed this guy throughout. Decent work by Georges downstairs there, but he's not doing enough to win the round with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. He's frustrating Crawford a little bit more in this round. Crawford comes off his feet to try and land the big hook. Crawford would just think right-handed and just do what he does with a little more side-to-side movement. He'd be better off. He's coming right in. He's coming right in. And this his corner tells him the same thing. Go ahead and move. Move to your right. The reason why is they want him in position to land a power shot on top of that eye. Problem is that Gorgeous has a couple of 3 inches in reach in that height advantage. He staggered him, and there he goes down to one knee. Caught him with the shot, and it was kind of a delayed up to 5 and 6. I think he'll be able to get up 7 and 8, and he does get up. He was caught by a shot that was a delayed reaction in the head, and down he went. He was smart to take that knee because he wasn't winning the round anyway. So now, let's see. With only 10 seconds could go, that left hook to the temple did a big job on him. And it causes the brain to crash into the right side of the head, and he just has to hang on. So that's a knockdown and a really good left hook to the temple, and we'll be able to show that to you.
Deep breath. Deep breath.
I've got it scored 40-35 going to the 5th round. We'll show you a couple of different looks of this now. Boom. Right hand, left hand to the temple. So he had the head going both ways. Boom. There's a strong punch there, left hand to the temple. Yeah, that was the one that took him down to the knee. Now watch the overhead shot of this. Watch the left hand. Boom. Right on the temple. And that gets the brain bouncing around inside the skull, and if it's not powerful enough, it causes just what happened there, a delayed knockdown, but severe enough. And we'll see if he can recover, because while his mind might be all right, his legs might not be all right coming to the 5th round. So a good job by Crawford dropping him with that shot to the temple, and he'll try to do that again in this round, I'm sure, to get that head spinning around. If he can stop him in the hard right hand that time upstairs. So right now Crawford is headhunting, and Georges is on the move. Caught him with a solid right hand again. He's not going to be able to take too many more of these single hard shots to the head. And Kenny Bayless will keep a look on him. And Georges is really trying to hang on. His legs are not good right now. Georges is in trouble. Couple more shots to the head and it'll be all over. Kenny Bayless taking a good look into his eyes, because he is hurt. He's trying to get his legs back going. He's not interested in engaging right now. Now he waits. Gets nailed again. He drops him on his nose. And Kenny Bayless doesn't bother to count. He's knocked out. Again, a big shot by Crawford. You could see it coming because the legs weren't there for Andre Georges. And right before it happened, Kenny Bayless was looking into his eyes. As soon as he saw him crack, he stopped the fight immediately. His eyes. And this is the finishing series. Oh, man, that snapped the head. That's what they call a stem cell, when the head spins on the brain stem cell, and it crashes the, oh, man, it crashes the brain heavily into the side of the skull, exploding into a knockout. And this guy is out. And Kenny didn't even bother to count. Look at this. Boom. Oh. Vicious shot. Kenny wanted to stop it and was looking for a reason, but he couldn't stop it before that, because this is professional boxing. There he is, Terrence Crawford, with a big knockout victory. Okay, Lupe Contreras is standing by, so let's get the official timing.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big overhand right brings this bout to an end with an official time of 44 seconds of round number 5. Your winner, by way of knockout, still undefeated, Terrence Crawford.
So Terrence Crawford is a guy you're going to see a lot more of here on Top Rank Boxing. He's a very, very good fighter, and we look forward to seeing him again. We hope Andres Georges is okay. He suffered a...
Can the fight live up to the crowd and its high expectations?
Well, there's one thing for sure, Larry. There's 19,000 that this place seats, and I don't see many empty seats. They've turned out to support their hometown, Terrence Bud Crawford. And the chants go up for Crawford. There's a great electricity in the crowd here. It's wonderful. The atmosphere is terrific. Gino Rodriguez from Chicago, Illinois, very experienced referee. Third man in the ring, scheduled for 12, WBO Lightweight Championship. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan, along with Larry Merchant and Christina Poncher is with us. And hope wherever you're watching around the world, you're going to enjoy this one. Here we go, round 1, 135-pound championship of the world.
First jab by Crawford.
We got the word that the attendance is 10,943, so they turned out en masse in this arena to see him.
That's about 1,000 more than saw Joe Frazier.
Fight Ron Standard.
Right, Ron Standard.
For the heavyweight championship of the world some 42 years ago. Crawford, of course, in the black trunks. Cuban fighter Yuriorkis Gamboa, living in Miami, wearing the colors of the Cuban flag. Crawford's jab is caught Gamboa off balance as Gamboa was getting ready to load up a shot.
Gamboa is showing already that he knows he's going to have to take some chances, that he's just not going to be able to outbox Crawford from outside.
Outside, this is the kitchen for Terrence Crawford. He can stay out here all night and outbox him with that height and reach advantage.
And he's plenty content doing so. He spoke about that during the week. If I need to make sure I use my reach, my jab, and take advantage of my size, and I'm perfectly comfortable fighting around the outside.
But Gamboa's quick-handedness is evident from here. You know, sometimes when a fighter like Crawford is usually the fastest guy in the ring, the quickest guy, and he comes up against somebody as quick as him, maybe quicker, it changes the equation.
Two minutes gone in round one. Not much has landed. Not much difference between the two fighters so far. If I had to guess, I'd say that Crawford has landed more blows than has Gamboa. But as Larry said, and I expect soon he's going to have to take some risks, because he's not going to be able to box this guy like this from this position all night. And Christina, who spent some time with Terrence this week, in spite of the crowd and the reaction that Crawford has, he's perfectly comfortable in doing exactly what he's doing.
Good hard jab by Crawford.
Almost buckled the legs of Gamboa.
I think Gamboa got a little surprised by the pop in that hand.
Crawford so calm all week long, such a calm demeanor, and I don't think this crowd will get to him in that sense. I think he'll be very under control all night long, doing exactly what he needs to do.
Good right hand on the inside by Crawford.
That's Yuriorkis Gamboa, ranked 6th in the WBO. It's Terrence Crawford to the right of your screen. He's the champion of the WBO. Third man in the ring, Gino Rodriguez. And here we go in round number 2. See if anything changes. There's the jab immediately in the face of Gamboa. Gamboa to the left of your screen. That's Terrence to the right. Red trim on the trunks of Yuriorkis Gamboa from Cuba.
A lot of the questions early was how if Gamboa was going to have any ring rust. You know, it's been a year since he's been in the ring, and only twice in the last 2 years. So not too much of that showing early, Colonel. I think he's looking okay out there, but that was a big question that a lot of fight fans had coming into this match, was if it was going to show little rust.
Well, it's early to note, you know, but veteran fighter spends a lot of time in the gym. Maybe not so much.
But at this distance, Crawford can outbox him all night like this. Gamboa is trying to take some shots to come on the inside.
Yeah, he's trying to use some smart aggression. Go in and out, use his quickness.
It's a light left hook upstairs that time, does Gamboa. Gamboa as a featherweight, nothing short of sensational. Now going from 126 to 135, big difference, especially with the height difference that Crawford has. But Gamboa has been fighting taller guys almost his whole career, so he should know how to handle it. But Crawford is not just an average lightweight. He's a lightweight champion with a lot of skills.
And a big lightweight. His team speaking somewhat candidly, but it was a little tough for him making 135 this time around, Colonel.
Yeah, I talked that Bob Arum talked about him wanting to go, or at least the promoter wanting him to go to 140. But all of that's academic right now. And a little rough on the inside there And Gino says no. Gamboa gives him the bow. Good shot landed by Gamboa. CenturyLink Center, Omaha, Nebraska. Lightweight championship of the world, WBO version on the line. Both of these guys 23-0. Both have 16 knockouts. Gamboa looks like he's going to put the metal to the pedal in this round.
I think he came out of the last round feeling good about himself, that maybe he found the formula to deal with the upright Crawford and all of his advantages.
Gamboa seems very strong. Pushing badly, doesn't give any ground. Terrence loads up the right. You saw what happened, whistling past the ear.
There's an example, Colonel, that I was talking about earlier, that when a fighter suddenly needs somebody who might be a little quicker than him, or as quick, you know, suddenly the picture changes. Good right hand on the inside, but didn't hurt Gamboa.
Gamboa landed some flush shots in there too.
Crawford elects to go for a southpaw for a couple of seconds, and he gets whacked.
Yep. Gamboa is beating him to the punch.
Literally.
Gamboa lands a light right and then a decent left hand. And this left-handed style, to me, is not working for Terrence right now.
Gamboa has seen a lot of left-handed punches in his day.
Cheekbones a little bit puffy on the face of Gamboa so far. Decent left hand landed by Gamboa. I think Terrence is better defensively when he fights right-handed.
Gamboa having a really good round. Landed another solid punch there.
Closing seconds of the third round. They exchange shots, but I think Gamboa got the better of it. Illinois and Levi Martinez of New Mexico are the official judges. All experienced men. This is round 4. CenturyLink Center, the hometown of the champion, Terrence Crawford. Now let's see if Crawford can make an adjustment from the last 2 rounds that may or may not have gone in favor of Gamboa. They have on our score sheets, but we're unofficial. Chops him with the right hand, fighting in the southpaw stance.
You know, a question that has to be asked in this fight is, can a fighter who comes from a place where fighters are not usually don't usually come from beat a fighter who comes from a place where a lot of good fighters come from, irrespective of their individual standings in the place? That, you know, Gamboa has been around the block in a culture that has boxing deeply embedded in it in Cuba.
I'll tell you, even though Crawford trains sometimes as a southpaw, oftentimes as a southpaw. His punches aren't as powerful when he fights in this manner, and he's getting hit more. As that right hand by Gamboa. Terrence doesn't look as good boxing as a southpaw as he does as a right-handed fighter. He thinks that he has a lot more power in his left hand when he fights as a southpaw, and that's why he does it. And he gets nailed more.
Yeah, he's susceptible to that right hand of Gamboa every time he switches, Colonel.
Well, he's not switching. He's just fighting left-handed now.
Oh, this is a left hand get through, but did it shake Gamboa? Gamboa's on the assault, putting pressure still on the champion.
And he took Crawford's punch really well in there. Crawford landed a solid shot.
And that was a question, too, coming into the fight, Larry, was Gamboa's chin. It's been a question.
Well, he's been down 6 times in his career, but he's always come off the canvas. 2 undefeated fighters.
Identical records, identical knockout percentage.
The bell ends round 4. All right, so it's time for Crawford to make an adjustment. The first one I make is go back fighting as a right-handed fighter, but he's going to fight as a southpaw again. If he thinks that fighting as a southpaw is confusing Gamboa, it's not confusing him in the slightest.
I don't think he's trying to confuse Gamboa. I think that when he was fighting him in his conventional style, he just saw that Gamboa had an advantage over him. It solved him, and that he just feels he has to fight him southpaw.
Yet he won the first round, Larry. He's lost the last 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, well.
So, you know, but that's, you know, you may be right. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
He doesn't know he's lost, and he may not have, but I mean, that's the way I see it anyway.
Well, I have it 2-1 and 1 even. I know officials don't score even rounds, but I do. Little welt alongside the right eye of Gamboa.
He's had that puffy cheek for a couple of rounds now.
Good little right hand hook by Crawford.
Crawford walks him back on his heels. Gamboa doesn't like it. And remember, Terrence said when he fights as a southpaw, he feels like he has more power with his left, but he's not landing many lefts.
I think Terrence needs to go back to using the jab a little bit more. Keeping that distance.
Now he's trying to figure this guy out. He's not touching him when he's jabbing as a southpaw. As this kid Gamboa is very quick on his feet and with his hands.
Oh, he hurt him with the right hand.
Yeah, he staggered and dropped him with the left hand. He hurt him with the right, then the left hand dropped him. Now how about that?
And the roof is about to blow in this place, Colonel.
Gamboa got a little too reckless.
Well, you said he was going to have to at some stage, and he's real reckless now, but his legs aren't there. Terrence touches him up with a pretty good jab, whacks him with the left hand, downstairs, loads up with the right hand.
Gamboa is fighting back valiantly, but is he hurt, as you say?
He is hurt, trying to hang on. Terrence imposing his will on Gamboa right now. Gamboa is staggering. Slides to his right, nailed with another right hand. He's ready to go again, but we're out of time in the 5th round. Nails him again. He's back on his heels. Listen to the crowd.
No smile on Gamboa's lips at the end of this round.
is Gamboa now. And he's nailed with that left-handed drop. You're right, Larry. He was getting brave, and he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
More importantly, he took some heavy shots at the end of that round, so let's see how he can approach this and where his body and his legs are under him.
I don't believe a guy can recover from the kind of damage he was experiencing at the end of the 5th round. We'll see.
Well, and at the very least, with that knockdown, that evens out the fight, I think, on our cards, right, Colonel, at 47 all.
Yeah, at the very least. But that's the least important thing right now. The thing is, can he continue the pace? He's fighting as a right-handed fighter now, and he continues to hurt Gamboa. Gamboa's legs aren't there at all.
But he's making a stand, to his credit.
And I still expect Terrence to be cautious in a way and be patient. I don't expect him to get out of his style.
Is Terrence back as a southpaw again?
Well, you and I have discussed this southpaw stuff ad nauseum, but he made it work for him.
Yes, he did. And here's Gamboa, who was down for the 7th time in his career in the 5th round. His legs aren't 100% just yet. Like Gamboa is throwing caution to the wind. He's trying to nail this guy.
Yeah, he's showing us what he's made of.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
Whether he can weather this kid or not, he is showing us that he's got some.
He got cracked by a good.
You don't get to be as good as him over such a long period of time with not having a lot of fortitude.
Well, he's got that for sure. His legs still aren't there, and we're almost 2 minutes into this 6th round.
Very flat-footed. I was just going to say that, Colonel. Still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
He's not just looking shaky. He is shaky, Christina. And I don't think Terrence realizes that he's still in trouble. Now he gets up on his toes a little bit and bounces around. Almost his left knee buckled underneath him. Talking about Gamboa. Gamboa gets there with another straight left hand that time. 35 seconds to go in the round. Crawford boxing nicely as a southpaw now. Closing seconds now. This is the 6th round. The bell ends the 6th. Another round for Terrence Crawford. Can Terrence Crawford continue what he started in the 5th round as we move to the second half of the fight with Crawford out in front in the fight now. The legs appear to be back of Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Crawford pointing out to the ref that it's slippery. There are a few pieces of ice still on the mat there, but ref says fight on.
Crawford continues to fight as a southpaw. When he got Gamboa in trouble at Strange, he went back to fighting as an orthodox fighter, and he's been fighting southpaw ever since. As Gamboa just slipped on a piece of that ice.
Well, also sometimes you see that the advertisements on the mat can be slippery.
Well, the thing is, for some reason, the Cuban corner people love to pour water down a guy's shorts. So he's dripping water all over the place. And of course, once that gets, there's actually a puddle on the Tecate sign in the center of the ring, and that's where they're slipping.
Gamboa's shorts drenched. Right now, they're thoroughly dripping all over the
Yeah, it
middle
looks
of
like
the
a
ring.
bathing suit.
It's seriously.
Well, which suggests that they've been doing everything possible
To revive him.
to revive him, correct.
As they should.
Crawford trying to pot shot him and catch him. Right hand has been effective. Gamboa continues to slip, step on each other's front feet. Gamboa's doing a lot of slipping, and it's his own corner's own fault because, I mean, we describe his trunks are a bathing suit right now. They're dripping that much, folks. And he's distracted by it because he keeps looking down. Gamboa's legs are totally back, so whatever they've done in the corner, he's revived. And as I say that, he gets whacked.
Well, as you pointed out, Colonel, he's been looking down, and when he looked down, Crawford popped him.
Distracted by the wet shorts and his footing on the canvas because he moves a lot. He bounces around, he slides left to right, he fights up on his toes all the time.
Compared to the early rounds, Gamboa looks like he's going through motions now. Not as serious.
Still throwing punches. All right, here we go to round number 8. The Colonel Bob Sheridan and Larry Merchant, Christina Poncher. Watching Top Rank Boxing. We're at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. The home of the guy in the black trunks, Terrence Crawford.
You know, Crawford is ambidextrous. I mean, his turning southpaw is not a tactic for a moment to try to confuse his opponent.
No, he trains to do that, and that's different from what I talk about all the time, and he's successful at it. I mean, he got Gamboa in trouble when he was fighting as a southpaw. It just struck me funny that he turned back right-handed when he was in the process of pummeling him. But that's okay. If a guy trains that way, that's why. And as you said, the guy is ambidextrous. It's different from a guy using it for any other reason. Round 8 action continues. Slowed down just a bit in terms of the amount of punches being landed by either fighter.
Gamboa has stopped being aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think he's thrown a punch this round, Larry.
You know, it's one punch at a time, hoping something happened and making something happen. But you can't count him out. Crawford's never been in with somebody like this, and until he does it, he hasn't done it.
Yeah, and by the way, with all that said, there's only 2 points in my score sheet separating the two fighters, and the whole difference in the fight is the knockdown back in the 5th round. So while the crowd in attendance is going virtually nuts, I don't know how far ahead Crawford really is on the score sheets. He's ahead.
Well, I don't know if there's a home fit, if there's necessarily going to be a hometown advantage, but there shouldn't be a hometown disadvantage, and he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Oh, here's Gamboa in the process of landing some shots. Now, he dropped him, hit him with the right hand and the left hand, and the knee went down.
As soon as Gamboa got offensive, Crawford dropped him again.
But you said that he'd take risk, and he had to take risk, and it hurt him. So Gamboa has been down twice in the fight now, but that changes the whole complexion of the fight right now, because Gamboa is still on his feet. There's not a lot of time left in this 8th round. There he is again, and he got hurt again as Gamboa was throwing his shoe-shine punches. Take a look at this knockdown. Now you see who's on the assault, not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand. and it dropped him down to the canvas. Gino just got himself in position to make that call because he was kind of behind. Gino Rodriguez being the official that was able to call that immediately when that foot hit the canvas. And now, Yuriorkis Gamboa is getting pummeled at the end of the 8th round. He was able to recover after he went down in the 5th, but here we go to the 9th.
Well, Gamboa has to know now that he's got to make something happen.
Well, he's got to throw all caution to the wind. If he gets stopped, he gets stopped, but he can't win without, as you say, taking a lot of risks now. Being knocked down twice, he knows he's behind, no matter what happened in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. Actually, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Right hand landed, and now Crawford's going back to conventional. He lands an uppercut.
Solid uppercut. Crawford looks a little off balance right now.
Yeah.
Did he get hit by something in there?
No, he just switched. There he did switch it in mid-course because that right hook from the left-handed position has been a very imposing weapon for him.
I don't know, Colonel. Terrence's legs look a little wobbly right now. They do look a little
I agree with you, Christine.
Yeah.
I think he get hit by something.
I would have to agree.
And he might have been caught in the switch, and that can happen no matter how skilled you are at changing.
Well, I'm not sure what happened either, but when he went back to the corner after the last round, he looked a little tired to me. The intensity of this fight on a young fighter who hasn't experienced it before and whose emotions must be running very high can take a lot out of you. We'll see if he has the composure, the skill, the will.
His legs, Larry, don't look to me like they look. And he makes a big mistake by turning his back. He's lucky he wasn't clubbed behind the head because Gamboa is a fighter. He's been down twice in the fight. And it's my belief that he hurt Terence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. Hey, Crawford cracked him again and straightened out the right leg of Gamboa. He drops him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook. So if Gamboa is tough and Crawford would hurt, how about that? 27, 26 seconds. He still has time to finish him off. 22 seconds, he's back at him. Gamboa is totally out on his feet. Can Crawford catch him one more time? There's no quitting Gamboa. He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terence Crawford has stopped Yuriorkis Gamboa to defend his title in his hometown.
Terence Crawford has become an American star.
This is Terence Crawford's coming out party.
To be a real champion.
Remember, there are stages in that round where I thought that he might have been hurt, and he drops him with a vicious left hook.
Never before defeated, obviously never knocked out. One of the most celebrated amateurs of his time. At 32, Gamboa gets stopped. And at 26, Terence Crawford has given his hometown something to cheer about.
They couldn't have asked for a better performance and a more spectacular way to end this fight than the way that Terence Crawford did tonight, Colonel.
4 knockdowns and eventually a TKO victory for him. And again, I thought that there was a stage in that 9th round where he might have been hurt. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I had the feeling. But if it was, it just says more to the tremendous bottle that this guy has, as they say in England. I mean, he performed really admirably.
Well,
and
there Was there pressure on him, or was there an opportunity? He made this an opportunity and put himself on the boxing map big time. His promoters and handlers are dancing now in the ring.
That you can be sure of. And which way does he go now? Who does he fight next?
Well,
and putting on a... Well, let's make it official by going to Michael Buffer.
2 minutes, 53 seconds of round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, the Fighting Pride of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, still WBO lightweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
so tell me, you think these folks will come back the next time?
So the referee is Rafael Ramos. He'll call the fighters to the ring and try and get everybody out of here. Rafael Ramos is a terrific referee, by the way. 10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. If anything up, you save for the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight, and if in case of an accidental foul, we'll go to the scorecards after the 4th round. This fight is sanctioned by the WBO. Paco Vacasel is the president, and he is in attendance. Delorme is coming off a split decision win over Henry Lunde for the NABF 140-pound NABO title. Terrence Crawford in the red and black, former lightweight champ, moving up now to 140. That's from 135 to 140. Starting out fighting orthodox as a right-handed fighter. Delorme has trained for some 6 weeks for this. 8 weeks actually, and is in magnificent physical condition, and you'll see a lot of that from Delorme. Wide overhand rights.
I've always liked Delorme's style. I think he's a tall, rangy fighter who fights tall, and he's got a very good, strong, hard punch, and he is going to be at his natural weight, of course, and we're all waiting to see how Crawford will take this jump up, and will they carry his power into the higher division.
Well, Crawford can box, he can punch too. His knockouts are more of accumulation sort. 25 victories. He's got 17 knockouts. Delorme has 14 KOs and 22.
Delorme's really come out with intent here in round 1.
Yes, he has, Richard, and he has to. But Bud is going to be a little bit quicker than he is, especially with those overhand or right overhand shots that Delorme will throw. But Delorme has a decent jab, and he can hold Bud off a little bit. Bud is what Terrence Crawford goes by.
Yeah, that's actually a childhood nickname. His mom started calling him that when he was about 1 year old, and it stuck. Everybody just calls him Bud. One thing I do like about Crawford is he is really relaxed in that ring. It's a great advantage for a fighter if you can be as relaxed in the ring as he normally is.
You can see the intensity of Delorme trying to take this first round, and of course the idea of Joe Rosa, who works with him, is to make Terrence feel his power early so he gets some respect from him. Terrence's thing is speed. Delorme is his power to try to take advantage of his size.
Terrence looks to me as though he's kind of studying Delorme, figuring him out as he goes along here in round number 1.
45 seconds to go in the round. Not a lot between the two of them here.
You see these little feints that Crawford is offering him. He's probably trying to see, Colonel, how Delorme reacts to them. He's not really throwing them with intent to land anything now. He's just feinting and kind of studying Delorme and studying his moves.
But his feints have made Delorme miss a lot. Delorme has roundhouse about 5 or 6 times in this round, and he hasn't landed one yet. And that's the quickness of Terrence Crawford. Closing seconds of the first round. Not much between the two of them in this round. A lot of posturing, a lot of missing. What do you think, Christina?
That's a tough one. I mean, they were both trying to figure themselves out, but I feel like Delorme maybe put more of the pressure. He was a little more aggressive, where I think Terrence was being conservative, kind of figuring it out. So if I had to go based on just aggression, I would give this round to Delorme.
Yeah, me too. I thought Delorme had the edge in that round. Just basically he came out doing a little bit more, while I thought Terrence used it as a feeling out round. Of course, we should remember, too, in their fight with the Gamboa, that Gamboa had the edge in some of those early rounds. And Crawford, as he picks up strength as he goes along in a fight.
He picks up strength. He's just as strong at the end of the fight as he is at the beginning of the fight. And that'll be a question of Delorme, who's the bigger guy, if he can be as strong towards the middle and the end rounds as he was in round number 1. I agree with the two of you in that first round. Very close, not a lot between them, but just on aggressiveness and probably landing a few heavier blows. I'll go with Delorme in the first round as well. Here we go, round number 2.
Yeah, it really is just amazing that Terrence Crawford would end up Fighter of the Year last year, and it was well-deserved. I don't think you heard any arguments about that. And a year and a half, nobody knew who he was. A year and a half ago. Amazing.
Well, in the United States, he's fighting on the opening fight on the HBO, and that's something that he's wanted to do, and he's done that a couple of times now, and that's worked out well for him. And he's promoted, of course, by Top Rank, and you know, because you've been around Top Rank as long as I have, Rich, nobody develops fighters better than Top Rank. Bruce Trampler and Carl Moretti, that whole crowd, they do a great job. Matchmakers and Brad Goodman, all those guys are unbelievable.
It's all about when you get your fighter to the top, that they're ready to stay at the top, and by then they've tasted all different styles, all different ages, all different patterns of fighting. When they meet a guy, that they're ready when they're at the championship level.
Terrence Crawford, all business on his face. Very, very fast hands. And all determination by Tomas Delorme. Crawford has the exact positioning, so he's making him miss a lot of those shots, and in his mind hoping that the bigger guy gets fatigued.
And I'm not surprised by the aggressiveness early of Delorme, because that was kind of their game plan coming into the fight, is just to come out and be aggressive and set the tone right from the start. The first 4 or 5 rounds, they don't want to let those go to bud, just kind of feeling things out. They wanted to make sure to push the pressure, but Terrence is so smart, and as you mentioned, Colonel, just let him kind of get these rounds out, because later on Terrence won't fade. Terrence will even come on stronger towards the end of the fight, so I don't think that he's too worried right now.
Delorme has a very stiff jab. He's been using that since the opening bell. His start came out. As soon as that bell rang, he threw 3 or 4 really hard left jabs in the first 30 seconds, and he's still utilizing it.
And you talked about him feigning, and then you just saw 3 feints in a row. Crawford just trying to see if he can get him to move a certain way consistently so he can nail him with a right-hand shot.
Delorme, by the way, is interesting. He says he feels like he's representing all the Latino fans all around the world. He said, and not just the Dominican Republic fans, or not just where he spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico. He said, but all of them.
Including Mexico. I did the fight last week in Mexico, and it was 4 Mexican fighters against 4 Puerto Rican fighters, and all the Puerto Rican fighters won. So I said, are you representing the Mexican fighters that fought last week? No. But we get an idea what he means. He's very proud Latino, and as you can tell by the flag of Puerto Rico that he has for trunks.
Philosophy of that, he feels that 8 eyes watching him is better than just 2 eyes watching.
And they all have their roles, right, Colonel? I mean, he was very specific as to they each have their own part of that, what they do, but there is one voice that they'll listen to in the corner.
All right, so here we go, round number 3. Delorme with the Puerto Rican flag, and the fancy trunks we'll call him, and Terrence Crawford, red and black. Crawford, of course, with the black shoes, and Delorme with the white gloves. This is the first real good hard shot that Crawford has landed.
Yeah, and for the first time he really looks intent on maybe doing something offensively in this round.
Well, it's time for him to do that. He hasn't switched to southpaw, which against Beltran in the last fight, he had already gone southpaw by the 3rd round. Whoa! Just open up there. But Delorme misses a lot of shots, and that's because Crawford really knows his positioning. Catches those in the glove, lets his left hand go. Crawford, you can tell just the way he's moving that he's more intense on landing some shots in this third round. And he has landed a couple. One heavy one, one light one. Delorme very, very well prepared for this fight.
Good friends with Felix Tito Trinidad, as they talk often.
He loves Tito Trinidad, who will be inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame this year. And is bringing hordes with him, Rick.
Half of Puerto Rico's coming to Las Vegas in August.
Crawford still not getting hit hard by this guy. He's slipping punches very well. But he's not landing a lot. Sorry, Rich?
He's a little more wary of him, though, if you take a look at his stance now. And how he's, I think he's expecting Bud, because Bud is giving him a little bit more this round, to come with something.
Oh, that's a nice jab. He pops that jab out there so effectively, doesn't he?
Certainly does. There's that looping shot again that Delorme is known for with the right hand. It didn't land on Crawford, but it got the attention of the crowd. There's that jab again that Christina alluded to. Real stiff jab. He throws it technically perfect. Nice body shot by Crawford.
That got a rise out of the crowd. They saw it.
Delorme misses with his left. Crawford misses with his right. This is the best Crawford round of the fight.
He's getting some respect from Delorme now.
Well, we both said, we all said that, he needs to do this in the third round. He couldn't really give away another round.
Well, they certainly didn't here. A definite winning round for Terrence Crawford.
All right, the bell ends the third. We've got a nasty for you, folks. Terrence Bud Crawford moving up to 140 for the vacant WBO Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Thomas Delorme, a natural junior welterweight at 140, the bigger man. And it's a very even fight as we go to 4. Scheduled for the championship rounds of 12. We're in Arlington, Texas, on the campus of the University of Texas, Arlington, at the College Park Center. Delorme with his back to you, to the left of your screen, with the white shoes. With the black shoes is Terrence Crawford.
Delorme, when he was 15 years old, living in the Dominican, he wanted to get better opposition. He wanted to learn more about the sport. He moved to Puerto Rico, and that's where he really became an excellent boxer.
Well, we could go on for about 10 minutes on the great boxers that came out of Puerto Rico. Tito Trinidad is only one of them. Fredo Gomez, Fredo Escalera, Wilfred Benitez,
Miguel Cotto.
Miguel Cotto. And on you can go. Felix Verdejo.
Hey.
He's the one on the come right now, I'll tell you.
That will go help. Okay. What's he talking about,
Delorme
Chad?
said, for this fight, everything I've learned, I'm bringing everything to this fight. So you kind of get the feeling that his whole life, his whole career has been pointing toward this night. That's how he looks at it.
Okay.
Which is why I was so surprised when I heard that he wasn't training with Robert Garcia anymore for this moment, because I thought that having Robert in his corner would have given him the best chance to win. But he wanted to be home in Puerto Rico and was very adamant about that in our meeting, that having Robert in his corner would have given him the best chance to win. But he wanted to be home in Puerto Rico and was very adamant about that.
Let's get into that, Rich. that Metal Gear. What's good, chat? Happy Sunday. Hope y'all having a blessed and beautiful day. Cheap viewers, bro, go on ahead, bro. Go on ahead, dog. See, this is what happens when you come up in here with that bullshit. You come up in here with that bullshit, you're getting sent out. I appreciate the new follows. Appreciate y'all for coming through, hanging out in the chat, hanging out in the stream, watching, whatever you're doing. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna beat this game probably today. Most likely I'm gonna beat this shit today. Cam or no cam? Should I camera up? I don't know, I'm chilling. What's good? Alright, so we trying to locate the man. And in order to locate the man, I gotta figure out what his pacemaker sounds like.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
I can't kill him because they're gonna come fucking wake him up. So I really gotta just stand around.
Reporting no problems
Yeah.
in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
Gotta figure out what the pacemaker sound like.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Raiden, one of those hostages.
You're Ames, aren't you? You're Ames, aren't you?
Know why it's not working? It's crazy.
Everything's alright here. Hey, you sleeping? Get up. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
You're Ames, aren't aren't you?
Why the fuck he keep on?
You're Ames, aren't you? You're Ames, aren't you? Possible hostile send backup.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Who's that? Freeze!
No. No! Jack, please answer me! Jack!
I got smoked, chat.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
Then perhaps you're Ames, right?
What the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, why the fuck he keep alerting this dude? Appreciate the 400 biddies. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Appreciate the love. This is Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Oh, my bad. My bad. So right now I'm trying to say the president, but for some reason it's not. I don't know. Like he keep on alerting the dude. So, but then when I knock the dude out, it's like it don't fucking work. So let me see. Stop he sleep. So let's see.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
Like it's not work when I knock the dude out. It don't work.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
K, what's good? Big K and this bitch, what's happening? What's good, y'all?
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
Shit crazy.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
Bro, I noticed this dude, bro. Like,
it'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
shit weird.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
He knocked the fuck out. Nah, like, yeah, the guy, he's knocked out, but it's weird, because, like, when I knock his ass out, it don't work. But then when I wake him up, it worked, but I can only do it when I'm in uniform, like, in disguise. It's like it's bugged out or some shit. Yeah, it's like it's bugged the fuck out. And then I gotta like manually wake this motherfucker up. But see, like when I do it, when he woke, this dude alerts him. He alerts the fucking police.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help.
Like he's supposed to go into like a little animation, like a little cutscene right here.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
It's probably not him though.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
I don't even know which one it is.
You happen to be Ames. It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
I think I can only do it while this guy is woke, and it have to be the right guy. It's like a little sneaky game.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core. Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
It'd be a huge help if you happen to be Ames.
See, I was only able to do it while that guy was woke. Appreciate the love, Dub G. Gotta be incognito.
You must be Ames. Keep still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see. Take this thing off me, will you?
What y'all getting into? What's the agenda? What's the move?
I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was sent in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
Lali Lule Lo. The fuck?
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety. Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor, the core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages? A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right. And the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical.
We just playing some laid back shit, champ. You know I ain't trying to start the day off hectic on no card or no shit like that. I just want to play some laid back shit.
If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically
I hope y'all have a blessed and beautiful day, though.
They can't harm the president.
At least until the
On
bird
Thursdays, bitch. I'll be right back.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? The entire thing was planned. The oil spill, the tanker accident that caused it, everything. The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait. Here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
I'm back, chat. I'm back. Had to go give me some water. Slight snack. And there's something.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background.
Is that really Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
And that's impossible. Anyway, what did you manage to catch?
They said password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the president willingly.
That's right.
So this means the president is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired of being a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us. We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then. Search my card. It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock doors of up to level 3 security.
Level 3, we gotta go back to the storage. The storage facility and go loot the other buildings. The other storage closet.
He's coming here. Pick up your AK.
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the president was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You.
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali Lulelo.
Is that so? What the?
You tricked me. I understand now. Ocelot.
You? Which team are you with? Show me your face. You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself. We meet at last. Hold your fire. We need the hostages alive.
Hurry, get away.
But you died.
Leave this to me.
Colonel, Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here, and the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the president before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the president for now.
I got the PG. Oh, this tranquilizer rifle. Got all type of artillery now. Damn, how I get up there? I got everybody in there be asleep. Fast as fuck. Hear that? I put that. No, I'm trying to get that little magazine up there. You know, I'm just trying to kind of get all the loot I can get out the game before I actually beat it. Cause you know, some shit I might not be able to really come back to. But I think I am. I won't have to come back because I done got everything out this building. I done got every gun out this building. I'm just trying to sneak out this bitch now at this point. I gotta go back out, go back across the bridge, go here, and at that point I'm at the next part of the game. So yeah. I just had to come back here because I just received the level 3 key card. So I had to come back here and finish looting. But I was trying to get this little porno flick right here. It's a little porno. And I could throw that on the ground like the magazines. Like I could throw a magazine on the ground and just toss that bitch and like use it for like distractions and shit. Oh, I did not try to do that shit. Beating their ass. Yes. You know this game is old as dirt. This shit is like damn near before. I was young when this shit first dropped. Excuse me, shit. I was young as fuck when this shit first dropped. Let me see what I'm at. Yeah, I gotta keep going around.
What's that?
Stupid bitch. Fastest.
I have him. I need some backup here.
It is old, but it still plays like it still plays good. Like it's a good game to play. That bitch got heavy armor and shit on. Straight get the fuck on his ass. Straight get the fuck. The sound effects when you get cut is funny, you know? Okay, I should be able to go through this door now. I should have clearance to go through this. Yes. We out. How the stream look? Sound is good. I'm streaming on 2 different platforms. I think I'm streaming on YouTube, but I haven't checked YouTube yet. Yep, it's on YouTube too. My bad, YouTube.
Raiden, can you hear me? Pliskin, where have you been? Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the
I
president's
appreciate
location.
y'all.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the
Sounds
first
good. It's
floor.
clear.
I'm
Bad.
cut off
Appreciate
from the
it.
core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR
I'm just trying to
sensors in place
expand
on the
my little
connecting bridge between shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the
reach.
Semtex will go off.
Trying to be
Yeah,
everywhere at one time type shit.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure
I'm
you
really
don't
trying to turn
shoot
up
the
on kick though.
Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
Oh yeah, I gotta shoot all the bombs and shit out.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
So I gotta shoot them bitches out. Oh, boy. See, on these games, they ain't had that hold your breath shit. I had to. You gotta actually aim that bitch and actually look, see how blow their fucking body up just cause that bitch moved right when I thought it wasn't gonna move.
Answer me! Jack? Jack?
I can't hold my breath. He just automatically move that bitch. Is there one down there? That's gonna be a hard one to smack right there. Not that bad. Yo, what's up, bro? What's good? Smooth? What's happening, brother? Fucking wild night on Fortnite, huh? Oh, look, he's up there. wild night on Fortnite, bro. So if y'all not following Smooth, man, y'all go follow Smooth. Fucking Fortnite GOAT. And he play a lot of Zenless Zone Z. What is called? Zenless Zone Zero. I say Zenless Zone Z. Bro, this gonna piss me off. What is this bullshit? Like, I gotta actually hit the fucking... I gotta hit that. That bitch don't stay still for shit. Chat, I don't know. I don't see no more. Wow, I was too high for that, man. I was loaded. I was tipsy. I'm just like, bro, why in the fuck is these like? And then the animations of the guns is like the shit is just, I don't know, bro. I just, me and Fortnite, we got a love-hate relationship. Look at this. This shit moves bad. Almost fucking missed. I'm not sure if I see. So they still got a fucking gotta figure out what the bomb. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy. YouTube way behind. I don't see no more, man. I don't see no more bomb thing. Man, how you doing today, Smooth, bro? What you got planned, bro?
Right. You haven't destroyed all the control units yet. Use the first-person view or the sniper scope to look around.
Well, what the fuck? What am I missing? Which one am I missing? Oh, you see them lights blinking in there? Shh. So I don't know which ones control that shit. The aim acceleration rate is so fucking high on this shit. Oh look, it's behind the fucking flag. I'm broke. Ah man, I don't know. Yeah, I broke that shit. I broke that one. I'm about to just run through it.
Raiden, is everything all right? Raiden. Raiden!
I think I know where the last one. Look at that, right there on the screen, in my face the entire time. Fucking bomb. Entire time.
Raiden, you didn't get all the control units. You weren't thorough enough. Take a good look at the airborne cipher. You can see the control unit for the IR sensor. The control unit is right above Cypher's camera. Avoid shooting the camera at all costs. Looks like if a Cypher is shot down, the resulting signal will trigger an explosion. The whole bridge would blow. Target only the control unit on the upper part of the Cypher. Aim for the blinking light.
Alright. I already did that. Fuck, I didn't actually need help with that. Oh, this shit moved bad. and get them out. Yeah, out of bullet. Oh, that one. There we go. There we go, chat. Now we can go through that bitch.
Raiden, I found us a ride.
I'm all ears.
One of the enemy's Kasakas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held
Let's
on level
go.
B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. One dead and several wounded.
The Kasaka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasaka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasaka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Intruders! Over here!
Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
Let's go.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here?
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake. No, that is not Solid Snake. What a pleasant surprise, brother.
Save it for you work of mine.
Don't say you've forgotten me, Snake.
Snake?
Right, take cover.
Oh yeah, you gotta fight him at the end.
Stop impersonating him.
Brother, I'm a whole different game from Liquid.
What is you there for? Nigga? nigga swelled up.
I'll drown you fools for interfering.
Right. This is the Stinger missile launcher. The Kasaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to shoot the Harrier down.
Snake, we got company.
I'm counting on you.
All type of shit.
Use this. More ammo. Catch. Try dodging this! I'll take care of it. Oh! Ah! I'll let you go out in style!
This my shit. I heard that. What's good, artist? Been a minute, bro. Appreciate you for coming through, brother. Glad you're doing all right.
I'll let you go out in style.
Break that bitch. Let's go, let's go.
There's something coming up.
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
Oh yeah, I remember this boy. Did all that deactivating the bombs and shit, shooting out the things just for them to come tear the bridge up anyway. All of that shit just shot a little bullet and broke all that shit.
They got my eye. Fab, go! Ha!
That ball running on water. That shit was so cool when I was younger, bro.
What's that? It's running on water.
That bit right there. Wow.
You all right?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Barely managed, but we're all right.
The chopper?
We need some time for repairs.
Oh.
The president's all yours.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
What?
Are you the Snake? They said you were dead.
No, not me. There are still too many things I need to do.
Snake, you're a legend, and that's why I need to ask you this.
Legend? A legend is nothing but fiction. Someone tells it, someone else remembers. Everybody passes it on.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
What about the DNA results from that body?
That was Liquid's body. He and Snake are identical on the genetic level.
Liquid?
A deception, for our own protection. We stole his frozen body from some organization. Kind of a hassle, though.
That's all there is to it.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world.
What responsibility?
To keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change. And that's what keeps me alive.
You think you can change the future?
Nah, not as arrogant as that.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Looks like the terrorists have his sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles. Otacon's here for someone. I'm not.
This is a military mission.
Jack, are you all right?
Just barely.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I know that, and I know I need to stay stronger.
Say a prayer for me, Rose, so I can come back.
You will make it back. I'm with you all the way, remember?
That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm going to save the data, okay, Jack?
Colonel, Metal Gear's already gone active.
It's not too late. You can still prevent a nuclear strike by securing the president and preventing password confirmation from taking place. Get to the president. He's in the core section of Shell 2.
I'm checking the satellite images. Looks like you can get to the core from the other side of Strut L.
The core hasn't gone under yet from what we can tell. Follow the railings down, then jump onto the pipes.
The only viable strut in the outer perimeter is the L. That attack just now doesn't make any sense. It's like they have no more use for this place.
Colonel, you were monitoring the codec calls. That man was the real Snake all along.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Don't let your guard down with him.
Why do you say that?
Because they were never a part of the simulation. They're an unknown factor.
You can take your simulation and... We're out here, we bleed, we die.
Calm down.
I suggest that you do, Raiden. Even if that is Snake. That has no bearing on your mission.
Colonel, you and Snake used to be on the same side. I don't understand. I read about you and Snake in the darkness of Shadow Moses.
I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. Do you get me?
pretty sight.
Hurry up and check the situation.
Encounter bien
Fuck.
Jack, what's going on? Answer me! Jack? Jack!
This is not a pretty sight.
Hurry up and check the situation.
What the fuck is you?
Somebody there.
No! Oh my fucking god. Lord. Come on, bro.
Right. Are you all right? Answer me. Raiden!
Chad hadn't turned into a fat boy. No, got that work. At church. Oh, oh my fucking god, bro.
Jack! Jack!
I'm stupid. Y'all could turn. My kind had it worse. Man, look at this crazy ass shit.
No. No! Jack, please answer me! Jack!
Oh my god, bro.
Right, what's going on? Right. Right.
I got 10, I gave my bro the club. And they sexy stand up on the couch, throw up the dude. My
Look at this dumb shit. That's just complete dumb shit. That bitch keep coming. That shit dumb. I can't jump in here. Come on, bro. And then they keep sending the same fucking one over here. I ain't gonna never be able to get away from this shit. This shit dumb. Then that bitch gonna shoot me the fuck down. That shit is stupid. Let me get my food. Huh? What the fuck? Alright, here this fucking thing go.
we start. I'm in Fisher room where they're keeping the president.
Everything all right?
No sign of flooding, but I can't get close to the door. The floor is electrified.
Don't test it. You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses VR training.
Take out the circuit panel?
Right.
But there's no way into the room.
Try ventilation ducts.
Yeah, I think I see one.
Look for a remote control missile launcher. You can guide it through the duct into the room.
Then target the circuit panel. Got it.
Right, but make sure you don't hit the president.
The president is wired with nanomachines. If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response. It looks like the walls have a built-in radio shield.
So that's why Ames lost contact with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Understood.
Locate a remote control missile launcher first.
Chat, I'm about to go to the store, chat. Fuck that shit.
along is completely flooded from what I can see.
You'll have to swim through.
I'm fine with swimming.
Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading with the left stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
Oh shit, I almost hit myself with that bitch.
What is that? What are you doing? Huh? What is that? What is that? Huh? What is that? Huh?
President Johnson.
Huh? So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man? Well, who are you?
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound? I see. Now things are starting to make a little sense. Huh. Switch over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir. Do you read me, sir?
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
Huh?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By
Smooth on here, bro. I'm just laying down with my girl for sure, bro.
Was awarded the
Appreciate you.
Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave my own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday. I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Galukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the
I gotta go to the store, y'all.
Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks, but Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal Gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
You've got to find Emma Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system programmer for Arsenal Gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving. This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie. A biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Well, I've told you everything you need to know. There's only one thing that remains to be done. Now, kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's her role! Pull!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around.
You look bored. Somewhat. I'm chilling though.
He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion.
Really don't want to go to work tomorrow.
My only real choice is to put an end to
But I
this
ain't got no
charade.
fucking choice.
Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
Yeah, I'm slick side boy.
What are you...
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Colonel, the president is dead.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Where do we go from here?
Your mission was to rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal Gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal Gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you
What you
forgetting
got
that
going
he was
on?
part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
Huh?
We're talking about a man who chose to die rather than risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice,
roleplay?
the Nuclear Launch Authority has
Grand
shifted
Theft
to the
Auto?
vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it
Oh,
almost sounds
RIP.
like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
Oh, okay.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out. Raiden, we're running out of time. Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1, in the core of that building you're in,
Oh,
right?
okay.
You've got to find her before Arsenal becomes fully operational.
Hurry, Jack.
It's up to you to make sure that the president didn't sacrifice his life in vain.
Understood. Raiden out.
What's your status, Raiden?
Snake, the president, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't
Did the
launch the
server
nuke if they
restart a
killed the
lot?
president.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal gear.
You knew about Arsenal gear?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
You never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the big shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Right. And when did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal gear is being built here. And it was all set up 2 years ago, on that day. All of it.
2 years ago. What really happened here?
I took these photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through VR training of the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission. I'd infiltrated the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Their target was also Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gerlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
So he betrayed them?
I don't know what kind of deal was going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said at the time. Something like, "I'm taking it back."
Ocelot then sank the tanker, along with the soldiers of the Marine Corps.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. A small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us.
Excuse me.
Photos of Snake, taken by the Cypher, were released to the public. In turn, we became the world's most wanted environmental terrorists.
It was definitely a move aimed at putting a stop to our anti-Metal Gear activities.
But why did they choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero. I think the Patriots weren't too happy about that.
You knew about the Patriots?
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone knows about them except me.
They didn't choose Snake to be a hero.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him so everybody would think twice before opposing them.
That's it! They set all this up just to nail you guys.
No, there's more to it than that. The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray.
What's good, y'all?
They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Colonel Gerlukovich and his daughter